PlayStation? More like stay patient. Give you a little behind the scenes on my process this week writing this script, because I had watched this week's State of Play, and I was trying to figure out our central theme here. You know, write a headline and work backwards from there. And I had settled on PlayStation isn't ready yet. It's a pretty good YouTube title, right? But then, just today, Sony released their financial results for the quarter, and it turns out PlayStation is doing pretty good. I like this graph in particular. They're proud to point out how the PS5 is practically matching the unit sales of the PS4 at the same point in its lifetime. And they say, even though PS5 has a higher price. Can you even imagine reporting that with a straight face? No way I could possibly tell people I'm selling about as many consoles, but for a lot more money. For sure, there'd be some little evil grin creaking off the side of my lips. And essentially, that blows up my whole thesis. Like, it may feel like the PlayStation 5 generation has been less exciting than the PlayStation 4 generation, or the ones before it, but in dollars and yen, there's no issue here. So let's make a quick adjustment. How about PlayStation Studios isn't ready yet? Now, there's something else that's pretty fun that's at play here. There was a corporate maneuver that happened last month that I haven't had a chance to cover yet. Remember in May of last year, after Jim Ryan gracefully left his position as CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, when they ultimately decided to divide his role into two different roles? Why would they do that? Well, to strengthen each core business while maximizing synergies, of course. Now, just at the end of last month, it was announced that Hideaki Nishino would become President and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, Jim Ryan's old job. And I know what you're thinking. What about maximizing the synergies? Tut tut. How foolish of you. This marked an evolution designed to maximize synergies across SIE that was announced in May 2024. We didn't change our plans. Nothing changed. This is an evolution of our plans. Okay? Herman Holst is keeping his old job as CEO of Studios, by the way. He just has a new boss who was, for 1 year, his synergistic equal. And you look at these slides and things are kind of making sense. Hardware is good. Network service revenue, good. Monthly active users, good. First-party titles, good. We got these Game Awards back in December. That was something. We got these 2 games coming out pretty soon. Those will be good. What I'm saying is, if I was some freaky gaming billionaire on a board of directors, I too probably would have promoted Hideaki Nishino. That, and I like the fact that he's the yeah guy.
Yeah.
So, moving on to this week's State of Play. There is one phrase I think I've heard 12,000 times in my life. If you watch a lot of video game showcases, you become abundantly exposed to the phrase, "We can't wait to share more." We can't wait to share more is just a catch-all, easy way to end every little marketing speech you have about your video game. And I guess it's initially exciting. There's more? You have better stuff? Secretly hiding behind the curtain? No, I thought coming into this week, for some reason, delusionally, this would be the big one. All of the mores would finally come to be shared. We would finally see the tent poles, the big boys. The games that dream, the reason you buy a PlayStation 5. And that was not the case, necessarily. It was a good state of play. It was nice. Lots of nice trailers. I guess if I was asked to convey my specific level of enthusiasm for the showcase, though, it would be this.
Let's go!
Yeah, I don't know, just like this vacuous happiness. And nearly identically to last September's State of Play, which was all third party until the reveal of Ghost of Yotei at the end, this show ended with a teaser concept trailer for Housemarque's next game, Saros. It's kind of funny. You know how I talk about if you see a video game character waking up in a trailer, it's implied it's a roguelike? This went a whole extra step. This trailer's narration goes to great lengths to narratively justify a world where you're going to be doing runs over and over and over.
But after every death, I always come back stronger.
And I don't know, I feel like that's like wasting dialogue having somebody explain what a zombie is to a person in a zombie movie. We all get it at this point. We're on board. You don't have to do that. And while I think the announcement itself is exciting, we got a follow-up to Returnal here. You can't really say this video game's concept is that interesting based only on what was shown in this reveal.
All of us at Housemarque can't wait to share more about Saros, with our first look at gameplay coming later this year.
Oh, okay. It's good to hear. I'll just wait then. You know what I didn't have to wait for? Digimon. Just 2 weeks ago, I made this list of my top 10 most anticipated trailers. No, we didn't get PlayStation gas yet. No, we didn't get Wolverine. I think the Shinobi game looks nice. But my number one most anticipated trailer was something with Digimon in it. So naturally, you'd think I'd be tickled pink to see a fully fledged Digimon title showcased in the primetime slot of a State of Play. Truth is, I'm not impressed. So a long time ago on Delayed Input, I got to talk about Agumon syndrome. It's what I called it when a long-standing franchise refuses to grow past its original star. Like Digimon cannot get over Agumon. Let me show you how the trailer for Digimon Story Time Strangers ends. Here's the last thing you see.
Seize the future. Together.
That could have been any Digimon game. Let's do this. Let's do this exercise. Go back in time. Go find a 14-year-old in the year 2000. Tap them on the shoulder. Say, I'm going to show you what Digimon looks like 25 years from now. You ready?
Seize the future. Together.
That kid will give up on the future. It's not enough. That kid's going to start actively polluting the earth on purpose. Why shouldn't they? That's the best we can do in 25 years? Like, maybe they'll give us a little grace if we explain what COVID was, but generally there's just no excuse. We have to do better than this. And I'm not saying the game's a wash. It's going to be good. What I'm saying is, it's the second trailer that's going to pop. In fact, let's make a quick adjustment. There we go. And that's really where I stand with all of the PlayStation Studios games. Wolverine, second trailer's gonna pop. Marathon, second trailer's gonna pop. Ghost of Yotei, second trailer's gonna pop. Intergalactic, second trailer's gonna pop. And we got a new one now, Saros, second trailer's gonna pop. For now, PlayStation Studios has a bunch of greasy, buttery kernels rolling around the bottom of a nasty, crusty old kettle. And you're rubbing your hands together and you say, oh boy, popcorn soon? And they say, no, hold on a second. I think I got to add more kernels. Like, obviously there will be a day. There will be that legendary day when we see the full creative strength of Herman Holst's slate of expertly curated first-party software. But the only thing we know for sure right now is that the next State of Play coming this spring will be 100% dedicated to Borderlands 4.
We got work to do. See you in spring.
See you then, Randy. And that's Delayed Input. I'll be back next week. Until then, thanks for watching. So it was just last week. I was sitting right here. I let Capcom know they're in the lead for worst trailer of 2025 for their inadequate reveal of a remaster of Onimusha 2, which featured zero gameplay. That trailer ended with the phrase remastered version available in 2025. Perplexingly, 1 week later, here with our State of Play this week, they treated us to a new trailer for Onimusha 2 with lots of gameplay. And they have, in fact, already decided on a release date. It's May 23rd, 2025. So frankly, I'm wondering if there are deals, if there's an agreement where you have to bring some sort of big trailer or announcement, or they boot you out. They give up your spot to more Dave the Diver DLC. By the way, I think Onimusha 2 is looking a little grody. Now, it's hard to say for sure. It's rude to make this accusation, but you certainly get the vibe that they handed some AI their old pre-rendered backgrounds and just said, make this HD, please. And then the AI said, all right. Anyway, that trailer was followed up with a brand new trailer for Onimusha Way of the Sword. Good trailer. Highlight for me. This is the kind of innovation in video game tomfoolery I'm always looking for. I'm just confused. I'm not complaining. I'm just confused. Because again, this is just last week. Last week, there was nothing new to show for this game, which was understandable because it's a 2026 release after all. And so when they say, we're currently hard at work on development and will share more information in the future, I didn't expect that to mean next week. But a funny thing was said in last week's Onimusha presentation. Producer Akihito Kadawaki wanted to stress one final point.
For some regions, gameplay footage was recorded with dismemberment disabled. But please note that dismemberment and blood will be fully featured in the game.
So I know this is gross. Please remember they are just demons. They're bad creatures. This was one of my favorite shots of the trailer. Really feels like that demon is made of meat and bones, you know? You gotta work to cut through it. So I wondered what they had to do for the Japanese state of play. Like probably for something like that, they just have to use an alternate shot or something. Here's what they did. He just magically heals. One more time? Yep, slurp. So what's crazy there is that there are developers working on this game, which is far off from release. They had to create a non-dismemberment build of the game just to use in some trailers. It's just clearer and clearer to me that video game marketing, while seeming simple, can be incredibly complex at times. Still, I think a lot of us could do better than this.
You're going to see more guns than you can even count.
Whoa.